Ayala Corporation is a company that specializes in labor management within the agriculture sector in the San Joaquin Valley. Its founder, Piedad Ayala, works daily with his agricultural clients to maximize their crop production. For years, the valley has been affected by water shortage problems. Lately, federal laws have made this critical problem worse. Due to environmentalists' strong protest, a federal judge made the drastic decision to severely cut down water supply by limiting pumping during critical irrigation periods. As a result of this, the valley's agriculture economy has been damaged, and thousands of acres have been fallowed by the lack of water. Thousands of workers have lost their jobs and are no longer able to support their families. We must become better informed about the water problems ahead because it involves all of us. Our lives, the citizens of the United States, and the world over all depend on the food we produce here in the San Joaquin Valley each day. We are not the breadbasket of the world. We are the valley which provides the world with a cornucopia of bread, nuts, fruits, and vegetables. With abundant water, we are able to produce nut crops, including pistachios, almonds, and walnuts. With abundant water, we are able to produce tomatoes, garlic, onions, lettuce, peppers, asparagus, and melons. We in fact have 25 diversified fruits and vegetables that are grown in the San Joaquin Valley on a large scale. Without water, farmers have to change their crop mix to grains, dry farm, or fallow land. Here you can see how a lack of water can affect a tomato, which was shorted the water that it needs. Cut in half, it is dry, tasteless, and juiceless. Here we see wheat, which is a basic element for many products such as bread, cereals, and tortillas. The grower invests key elements to grow a crop. Water is one of the most important elements in order to achieve a high-quality, abundant wheat crop. Here we highlight a pistachio crop that has been water deprived. The trees have a self-defense system and will drop or shed fruit that it cannot sustain due to lack of water or other elements. When pressing the shell, it is full of air because it hasn't been able to develop properly. Without water, these trees will die within a couple of years. Many vegetable crops require abundant water to produce. The vegetable crops are also more labor-intensive and provide more jobs and stimulate the economy. With less water, farmers must cut back on vegetable production. As consumers, the public needs to be informed of how these products get to their stores every day. Fruits, nuts, and vegetables are not manufactured. They are grown. Without water, it is impossible to grow them. Onions, shown here, are very labor-intensive and require a lot of water for their growth. Onions produced in the valley are distributed all over the world. Our idea was to not protest the lack of water and federal decisions, but instead to support those who are trying to help our situation by supporting their $9.3 billion water bond. In order to underwrite such a big rally, we asked that the farmers, managers, cities, and businessmen that have been affected by the water shortage donate monetarily to help with the financing. The support was almost overwhelming at first, and 5 buses turned into 10, which in turn turned into 24 buses by rally time. We thank you for your support and helping to send a message that was heard loud and clear. The organizing of the water rally took many working hours to accomplish. We want to thank all of the volunteers who worked tirelessly for days on end. We would like to thank the hundreds of families who made the arrangements to participate in the protest. We would like to thank the individuals who were in charge of making signs, and we would like to thank those who organized the food and beverages for both breakfast and lunch for all those who attended the rally. From the very beginning, we were able to capture the eye of both the English and Spanish media outlets.
Out-of-work farm workers rallied in Sacramento today to draw attention to the state's water problems. The governor wants to borrow billions to help shore up California's water supply, but critics say the state cannot afford another expensive bond measure. Here's ABC7's Capitol correspondent Nanette Miranda.
hundreds of laid-off farm workers and their families put the pressure on Sacramento to adopt Governor Schwarzenegger and Senator Dianne Feinstein's $10 billion water plan to shore up the state's water supplies with new dams and canals.
Logistically, we were able to send 24 buses as well as private cars to various places in the valley. We spread the word of all the people who want a better future for their children and for coming generations. In Sacramento, there were meetings with legislators and representatives from different towns in the valley who came to support the campaign. And the Capitol Gardens were crowded with people cheering, "We want water." The TV media stood with their cameras at the entrance to cover the event. At 12:30 p.m., everything was ready, and Mayor Lopez announced the event opening with Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger's message.
The Honorable Governor of the state of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger!
The people listened to each of the speakers' messages respectfully, but always claiming, "We want water."
You came to Sacramento to make your voice be heard, and I wanted to come out here to make sure that you know that your voice is being heard, that I hear it loud and clear.
You are the heart. You are the people that makes this state run. Somebody told me today you got to get those people out of the sun. I said, what do you mean? They work in the sun all the time. All I need is water.
Because it's important for our farms, for our jobs, for our families, to our environment, to our future, to our developments, to our businesses, and the list goes on and on and on.
Sí queremos que prendan las pompas, pero ahorita, no mañana, no en 10 años, porque en 10 años no vamos a estar aquí.
All I want to tell you is I appreciate so much you being here today, and my challenge to those people inside is get off of your environmental sympathies, get off your butts, and get on your legislative and political guts and fight for water for the state of California. Thank you.
Fueron horas y horas y horas de trabajo, pero ¿saben qué? Apenas comenzamos. Yo quisiera que lo que acabamos de plantar lo sigamos regando. ¿En qué forma? En que sigamos dando el mensaje a nuestro vecino, a nuestros amigos, a los compañeros de escuela, decirles que tenemos que luchar por el futuro, que tenemos que hablar.
This is why we need to build now. I mean, you are all doing your job. You are going to provide work, and you're raising your families, and you're feeding the world, and you're working hard, but our water system is not anymore working for you. And so now we have to make sure.
The event concluded with Piedad Ayala thanking all the participants and the elected officials.
Les quiero agradecer a cada uno de ustedes. Vamos a dar una vuelta más y nos vamos a regresar a la casa. Que Dios nos bendiga a todos y gracias por estar aquí. Y este es el comienzo. Agua, agua, agua y agua.
This is the very beginning, Ayala said. We must spread the word to every person to gather more supporters and get our representatives to solve the water problem for all of us to have the future we deserve. Thank you very much for your support.